Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. So today I am going to be talking with some of the larger contributors to the project I'm working on here called repair.wiki. I've told many of you I have this little project here called repair.wiki where anybody can post guides on how to repair a number of different products. So we have the MacBook section that myself and Tim Herman have done a lot of contributing to. We have the iPhone section, which Jesse Cruz has done a lot of contributing to. And I really just kind of wanted to highlight the profiles of the individuals who have done a lot to contribute to this project. So thank you so much for taking the time.
Hey, Louis, how's it going?
All right, so I have links to your business and your YouTube channel down below. Can you just discuss briefly how it is that you got into this business and then how you segued into doing board level repair?
Sure. Yeah. I think the main thing was about 10 years ago. I was basically thinking about like how do I make more money, and a day job is not going to do that. I was kind of wanting to start my own business, and essentially I started doing flipping. So I would basically buy stuff at Goodwill or yard sales and then sell it online like eBay and Amazon. In that process, I started getting into flipping phones. And then I figured out that if I buy a broken phone, I could buy it for a lot cheaper and make more money after I repair it. So I started repairing phones, and like this whole time I was posting all my everything I was doing like on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. So like because I was posting repair stuff, people started messaging me like friends and family were like, "Hey, can you fix my iPhone?" And then I figured like having people come to me to fix their stuff was a lot more convenient and profitable than driving around town trying to find good deals on stuff to flip. So essentially, I just put all my efforts into just phone repair, and yeah, I basically just learned through watching the YouTube tutorials, fixing phones and stuff. And then eventually, I started getting phones coming in that were having board issues, and I was like, like no power or no touch and stuff. And at that time, I didn't know board level issues were even a thing. So I started like Googling and YouTubing. That's where I came across information like on your channel that board level issues are repairable, and that's kind of what opened my mind. Oh wow, like I never thought that that was possible. So from there, it kind of just my curiosity into that board level stuff really made me want to just learn to do it myself, because I was outsourcing it, but it was very inconvenient because at the time I had a full-time job, so having to go somewhere to drop off a phone and then pick it up, it was a huge pain. And I figured it's a lot more convenient if I could just do it in-house and more profitable too. So it's
What was
kind
the
of
tipping point for you where you realized I don't need to have a full-time job anymore? I'd rather do this.
oh, that took a while. Actually, it was I'm coming up on 2 years, I think, now that I quit my day job. I was just so flooded with repairs that I was realizing like, okay, I'm spending about 8 hours a day doing my day job, but like I started doing the math. Like if I spent that 8 hours repairing, I would make way more money than the fixed 8 hour salary. So I kind of eventually I was affecting my turnaround, like customers. Like my queue was building up more than I could fix. So I was like, I have to quit the job because and eventually I'm going to be like 1 month turnaround, and people are going to stop using me because of the long turnaround.
So one of the things that I wanted to go over here is there's this unique attitude that seems unique to our particular sector of the repair industry that I don't see that exists anywhere else. It's the "F you, I got mine" attitude. Like in other industries, I've never seen somebody say, "If some other plumber learns how to unclog a toilet, then I will be out of business. If somebody else knows how to rebuild the transmission, I'll be gone. If somebody else knows how to fix an axle on a car after a crash, then nobody will come to me for this anymore." But for some reason in our industry, nobody wants to give away any sort of information. They will spend hours, days, weeks trying to figure something out, realizing just how miserable it is. And the moment they figure it out, they don't want to make it easier for anybody else in the industry because and when I have conversations with them, is because they believe it will negatively affect their business. So your guides that we have here, in my opinion, are the most detailed iPhone guides that we have in the site. I'll link it down below. This is literally pages and pages of information It's not one of these guides that's just like just enough information for you to know that to send it into you. This is a guide that somebody could use to learn how to do this professionally and then fix their own devices at their own company. And you produced these guides for us over a year ago. Have you noticed your business go downhill as a result of you publishing any of this information?
Not at all. I mean, I think people need to realize is that making content online is the thing right now. Like you gotta post content online, whether giving away your secrets. People will then see you as an authority figure rather than they're just gonna steal your. People are gonna steal your ideas or your information, and then you're gonna go out of business. I don't think that's how it works. Sharing just grows the whole market altogether. Like I didn't know board level repair was possible, like I mentioned, until I came across your channel. And I was like, oh wow. And then I started digging in more and found other channels and stuff like that. So I think sharing just makes more repairs even possible.
Yeah, because it's probably the way I see it is if other people know how to do what we do, then that means some other shop out there is probably going to do a better job. When that customer goes to that shop and
Mhm.
actually gets something done well instead of done horribly, they're going to promote the entire independent repair industry more. Whereas if
Yeah,
they go to an independent and they don't know, knocking C5202RF off on an iPhone 6 because that corrodes all the time or that dies, the shorts all the
right.
time. Like if they're not aware of that and they say sorry, can't help you after 2 weeks, that person's going to say, tell their friends, just go to Apple, all these independents suck. So
Yeah,
if
just buy a new
all of the
phone.
if all the independents have more knowledge, I imagine that it'll look better for the industry, which means more customers, which means more business for all of us. And I
Yeah,
thank you for taking.
yeah, I get a lot of customers who their first instinct is go to Apple. Apple says not fixable, and they just come across my YouTube channel or my website, and they're like, oh wow, it's actually fixable. Like they were right at the fence of, do I just buy a new device or maybe I'll see if it's even repairable? And I think a lot of people don't realize how many people don't even try to get their device repaired because they don't know it's possible. Because Apple just likes to say, yeah, the board is fried, time for a new phone.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time. Thank you for taking the time for this short interview. Thank you for taking the time to create all these guides. And thank you for being a part time employee of the Repair Preservation Group nonprofit I put together a few years ago to continue making these and attracting people to make more guides like this. And it's my hope that we can find more and more people that are willing to share this type of information rather than believe if they do, they'll all go out of business. So thank you very much.
Absolutely, no problem. Thanks for
All
having
right.
me.
Bye bye. Bye bye. That